The highway ahead disappears, not into distance, into smoke. The car in front of you has stopped. The one behind you has stopped. Brake lights glow red through a wall of black haze, and embers drift past your windshield like orange snow. In the next 30 seconds, your brain will offer you 4 choices. Turn around, drive through, run for it, or stay in the car. 3 of those will get you killed. This isn't guesswork. There is a decision framework built on fire behavior, vehicle physics, and a proven burnover protocol. It works, but you have to know it before the fire arrives, not while it does. The next few minutes of decisions are the only ones that matter. The first instinct is to turn around, find another road, get out a different way. That instinct is reasonable. It is also based on a false assumption that the road behind you is still open. Wildfires throw embers miles ahead of the main front. Those embers start spot fires. Spot fires close roads, multiple roads, simultaneously. The route behind you can be severed before you even attempt it. Research on wildfire evacuation shows a hard threshold. Communities with fewer than 6 egress routes see fatalities spike sharply. When the road network loses redundancy, mass casualties follow. That is not a theory. That is what happened in Paradise, California in 2018. The Camp Fire moved 15 miles in 8 minutes, faster than a human sprint, faster than gridlock traffic. When the road became a parking lot, the fire did not wait. The same pattern repeated in Lahaina in 2023. Open road to total gridlock in minutes. One more failure point. Navigation apps route by traffic speed, not fire location. During wildfire evacuations, Waze and Google Maps have actively diverted drivers away from congested main roads and onto narrow tertiary routes surrounded by dense fuel. The app that is supposed to save you can route you directly into the trap. Say you decide to drive through. The fire is close, but there is a gap. You accelerate. Here is what happens inside your engine in the next 90 seconds. An internal combustion engine needs oxygen. The fire needs oxygen too, and it takes priority. As a large fire front approaches, ambient oxygen levels drop. Tests show engines stall when oxygen falls to between 11 and 13%. Normal air is 21. The engine does not sputter. It dies. Even before stalling, wildfire smoke chokes the air filter with fine ash and particulate. The engine loses power. You lose speed. You may stall in the worst possible location, inside the fire zone with no momentum and no exit. Then the glass fails. Vehicle windows do not shatter from direct flame contact. They shatter from thermal shock. A temperature difference of just 40 degrees Celsius across a single pane is enough to cause spontaneous fracture. Side and rear windows are tempered glass. When they fail, they shatter completely. Laminated windshields hold shape a little longer, but they still fail. Once any window goes, the cabin is open to smoke, carbon monoxide, and radiant heat. The tires soften at 110 degrees. They ignite somewhere between 360 and 510. Once burning, they add a fuel source directly beneath the cabin. The vehicle is now degrading on a predictable timeline, and driving into the front means stalling at the worst possible point on that timeline. Before we get to the protocol, we need to dismantle 2 myths, because both of them will get you killed if you believe them. Myth 1, the car will explode. Every action movie ever made wants you to believe this. It is wrong. A sealed fuel tank lacks the oxygen for detonation. The car will burn. It will not blow up. The structure absorbs the fire on a slow, predictable timeline. The real killer, the one that takes most civilian lives, is radiant heat in open air. At 5 kilowatts per square meter, radiant heat causes unbearable pain and second-degree burns. A wildfire front can exceed 100 kilowatts per square meter, 20 times the lethal threshold. A human body in the open will not survive that. It does not matter how fast you run. One exception worth knowing. Electric vehicles carry lithium-ion battery packs. Under extreme external heat, those packs can enter thermal runaway, a self-sustaining chemical reaction that generates its own oxygen and reaches internal temperatures above 1,000 degrees. That is a different risk profile than a gas tank. Not more explosive, but far harder to suppress once it starts. So the fire is closing in. The road is gone. Running isn't the answer. There is one move left, and it has to be executed exactly right. Step 1. Position. Get the vehicle off the road and onto the clearest ground available. A gravel shoulder, a dirt pullout, a rocky outcrop. Never park over dry grass or brush. Radiant heat will ignite the material beneath the vehicle, which accelerates cabin failure from below. Face the front bumper toward the oncoming fire. The windshield is laminated glass. It holds longer than the side windows. The windshield is also smaller and more steeply angled. Facing the fire minimizes the glass surface, exposed to the worst of the radiant heat. Step 2. Seal the cabin. Close every window and vent. The moment the fire makes direct contact, engine off, air conditioning off. A running HVAC system draws air from outside. When the fire is on your bumper, outside air is carbon monoxide, toxic fumes from melting plastics and superheated smoke. Shut it all down. Leave the hazard lights on. Leave the headlights on. When visibility drops to near zero in wildfire smoke, which it will, those lights are how first responders find you. They have to be able to see the vehicle to reach it. The fire front arrives. This is what you do. Get low. Drop into the footwell below the window line. Radiant heat penetrating the glass is weakest at the floor level. The footwell is the lowest heat zone in the entire cabin. Cover completely with a dry wool blanket. Pull it tight. No gaps. Wool resists flame. Wool insulates. Wool does not melt. It is one of the few natural materials that will not turn against you in this scenario. Do not use a wet blanket. This is critical. The extreme heat will vaporize the water trapped in the fabric. You will not be protected from fire. You will be burned by steam, deep tissue scalding that is catastrophic and immediate. Wet cloth over your nose and mouth to filter coarse ash. That is acceptable. Wet cloth over your body, that will kill you. Do not use synthetic material. Polyester, nylon, and fleece melt under radiant heat. The molten plastic bonds to skin. Wool only. Natural fiber only. The fire front will pass. It typically takes 2 to 15 minutes. That is your window. Stay fully sealed. Do not open a door. Do not crack a window. No matter how loud it gets, no matter how hot the air feels, the cabin is your shield. Opening it collapses the protection entirely. When the front has clearly passed, the sound recedes, the glow dims, you can exit. Move onto already burned bare ground. Avoid hot metal on the vehicle exterior. Watch for falling trees. The landscape will be smoking and unstable. Move deliberately. Here is the decision chain. Gridlock kills more than the fire itself. Wildfire evacuation gridlock has taken more lives than flame contact in nearly every major incident. The vehicle fails on a predictable mechanical timeline, oxygen starvation, then glass failure, then tires. Running is almost always more lethal than staying. And if you must shelter in place, position on bare ground, face the fire, seal the cabin, dry wool in the footwells, wait. This is last resort knowledge. It is not a substitute for evacuating early when routes are still open. The burnover protocol exists for the moment evacuation is no longer possible. Know when that moment has arrived, and know what to do next. If this gave you a framework you did not have before, subscribe to Gridfall Survival. Next, what to do when floodwater rises faster than the forecast said it would. Prepare, adapt, outlast.